Hi, I'm Cass.
And I'm Shannon.
And we're the Mod Buds. Welcome to Feeling Proper, Eat Your Greens, a series on cooking with cannabis.
On today's episode, we're going to learn how to make a magic bowl with Adam Barski of the Budder Chef.
Here we are with the Budder Chef. We have Adam Barski, who's going to show us how to make a magic bowl. Bowl. So what is this magic bowl?
I'm making this because this is something I eat at home quite often. I love how it has all fresh vegetables and ingredients like that. We're going to be using some Asian and flavors, soy sauce, sesame oil, things like that.
For those folks who are watching this who don't know you, why don't you introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how your journey with cannabis and cooking has evolved.
Awesome, yeah. So like you said, my name is Adam Barski. I also go by the Budder Chef, and I've been into cannabis a long time, since I was quite young. I spent a lot of time studying it as well, so learning its benefits and how it could help people. And this was a long time ago, before people really talked about those things as much as they do today. So I was always a bit of an activist towards those qualities of the plant. My best friend, he got sick. He was working on cruise ships. He got some sort of illness that I think they never figured out what it was. When he was coming out of the hospital, he approached me and asked me how cannabis could help him go back to good health. So that's when I started to get into edibles a lot more, doing a lot more research in that area, learning how to do it cleaner, more efficient, infusing it cleaner so there's less of that flavor, retaining certain cannabinoids and other compounds, stuff like that. Here in Vancouver, we have, the 420 celebrations or demonstration, which is huge here. So I kept saying every year that I should participate in that with the goods that I make. Finally, I did a couple of years ago, and I got really good reviews. I was making stuff on a different level than most people. Did a bunch of events where I set up a booth. I got seen. I was asked to come to a private event, and that's where I met my now partners, Zia and Tam Stolby, and they had something called the High-End Dinner Series already set up, and they were looking for, at the time they were looking for chefs, more than one, but they met me. We hit it off. They decided to just keep me as one chef. And then we started doing some events, infused events, things like that.
The other thing I think I will touch on really quickly is math. Maybe as a general rule of thumb, hit up the Google and spend some time working out a dosage that feels comfortable to you. Especially if it's your first time consuming edibles. We've heard a million times you want to start low, go slow, so you might want to do a very low 5 to 10 milligram dose. Take a look at that total percentage number, run it through a quick calculation to see what volume of oil you're going to need or volume of fat in order to make sure that your final dose isn't going to knock you on your ass.
Like 5 milligrams would be enough for me if it's a daytime. 10 in the evening would be okay, but I have more tolerance, and I think people who are just starting be like 2 to 5.
Right. Okay.
Anybody wants to contact me personally, I invite you to do so. If you want to talk about it, I can run you through it, help you with the math. Just check out thebudderchef.com, and there's a contact form there, and it goes directly to me. So I invite people to contact me. I love sharing knowledge, so I can help people through that for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. And I will say, there's that beautiful little machine over your shoulder.
And I also have a promo code, the Budder Chef, for I believe it's 10% off of any one of their products. If anyone wants to check out levooil.com, I invite you to do so.
It probably is a little bit neater and a little bit more streamlined than this infusion method, which, by the way, is not terrible. So if you're in a pinch, or if the store's closed and you can't get out and grab some oil, this does take a few hours. But it was really, really simple. You just take a mason jar and put your ground up herb inside, low temperature, for an hour or so, and then add your oil to it and pop it back in for a couple more hours, and then you have some yummy oil ready to go.
We good?
Shall we start cooking?
Yeah.
Sure.
We've pre-prepped a lot of stuff here, so you can.
We're gonna follow along.
We'll follow along.
I've pre-prepped a lot of stuff as well. I've cooked my noodles. I have most things chopped. One thing I haven't done is made the garlic and shallot chips. Garlic chips, shallot rings, onion rings. So I sliced them really thin on the mandolin or by hand. Just be careful with cutting it with your hand or the mandolin. And then I salted it, and that's pretty important to bring out the moisture of the garlic or the shallots. And in doing so, it'll have the cornstarch really stick to it. Also sticky on my fingers. I'm just gonna coat it with cornstarch. I have a pot of oil on the stove to essentially deep fry them. If you don't want to deep fry them, you can just put a little bit of oil in a pan and crisp them up that way. But these are the little things that go on the bowl that really amp it up a bit. That's just going to make it a bit next level. Let's talk about the dressing, because that's the infused part. I already made my dressing a couple days ago. It's not a bad idea to make your dressing ahead of time, like by a day, and you get those flavors kind of, melding into each other, so it tastes better the next day. I made mine in the blender. So I just put, whole garlic and ginger in there, and it whisked it up. But if you don't have a blender, or if you don't want to get it dirty and all that stuff, because this is an easy method, you could make a dressing in a jar. You just put all of your ingredients in there. Make sure the garlic and ginger or whatever is solid is maybe grated or chopped really fine, and then you just shake it up, and boom, your dressing is done.
I'm using CBD, and this one is 10 milligrams of CBD per milliliter.
Okay, so I've got mine ready to go. Do you want to pop yours in the bullet and whip it up?
Was it?
Container dressing. Is it yummy? I'm really excited. I normally, like I said, I don't normally cook with a lot of these flavors. My husband is so excited.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the tofu, because in my recipe I recommend smoked tofu. Did you guys get tofu?
No.
We got tofu.
Okay.
We couldn't find any smoked tofu though.
I went to the store almost every day this week, and I couldn't find them either.
Okay.
So I just got firm tofu, extra firm tofu. I marinated it just a little bit, just to give it some flavor, because the smoked tofu has loads of flavor. It's delicious. Right. So this, I just put a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of soy sauce, and chili oil if you like spice. I did a bit of that. And what I'm going to do, so if I had the smoked tofu, I would slice it into, little steaks, you could say. And I would, maybe put it on the pan just for a couple of minutes to heat it up, or give it a little color and char, whatnot. But what I'm going to do with this one is coat it in sesame seeds.
Oh,
if
cool.
you can see that.
Yeah.
And I have a pan on the stove, like a medium heat, a little bit of avocado oil in there. And I'm just going to put these in there.
Hear that sizzle.
I had some grated carrots left over from my dinner 2 nights ago. I have some kale left over from my dinner yesterday. I made some, we made pickled daikon and carrots for this in particular, but I also have some pickled red onions that I made, so all good stuff. So we got some noodles in there. I'm going to add a little bit of lettuce.
Lettuce.
I have bean sprouts. That's a nice little crunch element.
Couldn't find bean sprouts
Couldn't
anywhere.
find bean sprouts either.
A little bit of the red cabbage to add some color.
Red cabbage.
And then I have these grated carrots here, so that's going to add some nice color to it as
Are
well.
those the old ones or regular ones?
Regular.
Okay. I don't have those, sorry.
We have cucumber, so we'll do that.
Okay, so the rest of the stuff I'm going to garnish it with and
Okay.
make it look nice. So now with the dressing, it's naturally going to split. Just make sure you shake it vigorously so that the oil is dispersed in there evenly. So when you are dosing, because when it splits, like all the oil will be on top, and you don't want to overdose yourself or anybody else. You probably want to measure it out as well. Once you've done your math and you know exactly how many milligrams of the infusion is in how many, milliliters or tablespoons. So I have a tablespoon here. And I'm going to put...
That's a good thing about CBD. You don't have to worry about that too much.
So we're just going to mix that around.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is so yummy.
Cool. All right, I put the perfect amount, so that fits in the bowl nicely. So we're just going to...
Oh, that's the cucumber. He did it that day. Fancy.
A little bit of the pickled daikon. Oh yeah, so okay, right. So I put fresh carrot just because I had it, but here's some pickled carrot as well.
We have the pickled carrots.
We just mixed it all together. It's in like a big vinegar bath right now.
Perfect. I think a pretty big proponent to making this delicious are the fresh herbs. I don't think most people would think of putting like mint into something savory.
Yeah.
But I love it.
So that just gets sprinkled on top.
Yeah, I just chiffonaded mine nice and thin. Just gonna...
We got basil and mint we threw in. Yum.
I'm gonna add my tofu.
Tofu. I'm so hungry.
I know, right? I'm really excited. I had a bowl of cereal hours ago. Okay.
I had chopped green onions in my fridge as well, so why not?
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I like onions.
This bowl I like crunchy things in my food, so I put some peanuts, and that goes along with these shallots and garlic. I like crunchy things, so that's why I gave them a little bit of a fry.
I'm gonna throw a little bit more dressing on top.
Oh, smart. Okay. So
All right, and that's...
yours is beautiful.
Yes, yours is gorgeous. Ours is yeah.
Beautiful.
It goes in the belly of Judge Care.
Thank you, Chef.
Yes.
Yes. Are we trying this?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and get pieces of everything.
I'm so looking forward to this. Okay. This is going to be really unattractive because I'm going for a big one.
Mm.
Okay.
I love these bowls. I love how fresh they are, and
I like how
just
they
so...
add like the flavor kind of comes out in different little pieces too.
So we just made a gluten-free, vegan, infused magic bowl. Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I'll be making this again, and I will keep the ingredients in the fridge so I can pop it in because this is really high in nutrition too.
It is like a little bit labor intensive up front to do all the chopping and the sorting and the frying of things, but 100% it's worth it. Like if you had people over for this,
Yeah, this would be a good party meal.
Wonderful.
this is amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for having me, for sure.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell people about? Maybe something that's coming up or something that you're working on or something you're excited to kind of plug and throw out there?
We are working on some things where, with COVID happening, we've pivoted a little bit from doing all of these events and, bringing all these people together. We've pivoted to making content online available. And they visit thebudderchef.com to scroll down, put in your email address. I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways. We have lots of swag from all these companies, ancillary companies. We are going to be giving a lot of stuff away for free, a lot of extra information, educational pieces. So follow that or add yourself to that list. It'll definitely,
We'll see y'all soon, I think.
Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much.
Can't thank you enough. This has been amazing. And you taught me how to pickle.
Yeah, my favorite people didn't even ever before.
Easy peasy.